Chapter 3, Mindfulness of Others. At the moment you become angry, you tend to believe that your misery has been created by another person. You blame him or her for all your suffering. But by looking deeply, you realize that the seed of anger in you is the main cause of your suffering. Even though we are primarily responsible for our own anger, we believe naively that if we can say something or do something to punish the other, we will suffer less. If your house is on fire, the most urgent thing to do is to go back and try to put out the fire, not to run after the person who you believe to be the arsonist. If you run after the person you suspect has burnt your house will burn down while you're chasing him or her. That is not the action of a wise person. You must go back and put out the fire. When you are angry, if you continue to interact or argue with the other person, if you try to punish him or her, you are acting exactly like someone who's running after the arsonist while their homes go up in flames. Whenever you do or say, whatever you do or say in a state of anger will only cause more damage in the relationship. Instead, try not to do anything or say anything when you are angry. In taking good care of yourself, you take good care of your beloved one. Self-love is the foundation of your capacity to love the other person. If you don't take good care of yourself, if you are not happy, if you are not peaceful, you cannot make each other happy. You cannot make the other person happy. You cannot help the other person. You cannot love. Your capacity for loving another person depends entirely on your capacity for loving yourself, for taking care of yourself. When you make another suffer, he or she will try to find relief by making you suffer more. When you say something unkind, when you do something in retaliation, your anger increases. You make the other person suffer and they try hard to say or do something back to make you suffer and get relief from their suffering. That is how conflicts escalate. If we really understood and remembered that life was impermanent, we would do everything we could to make the other person happy right here and right now. If we spent 24 hours being angry at our beloved, it is because we are ignorant of impermanence. The reason we are foolish enough to make ourselves suffer and make the other person suffer is that we forget that we and the other person are impermanent. Someday, when we die, we lose all our possessions, our power, our family, everything. Our freedom, peace, and joy in the present moment is the most important thing we have. But without an awakened understanding of impermanence, it is not possible to be happy. When you try to make each other suffer, the result is an escalation of suffering on both sides. Both of you need compassion and help. Neither of you need punishment. When your beloved makes you suffer because she is angry, at first you feel that she deserves punishment. You want to punish her because she has made you suffer. But after 10 or 15 minutes of walking, meditation, and mindfully looking, you realize that what she needs is help and not punishment. When you get angry with someone, please don't pretend that you are not angry. Don't pretend that you don't suffer. If the other person is dear to you, then you have to confess that you are angry and that you suffer. Tell him or her in a calm, loving way. It is very natural that when you suffer, although you know how to practice, you still need that other person to help you in your practice. Please help me, darling. I need your help. That is the language of true love. When you get angry with the other person, you have the tendency to say, "Don't touch me. I don't need you. I can manage very well without you." But you have made the commitment to take good care of each other. We are advised to tell the other person that we are angry, that we suffer. We are advised to tell the other person that we are angry, that we suffer. Darling, I suffer. I'm angry. And I want you to know it. Then, if you are a good practitioner, you also add, I am doing my best to take care of my anger. And you conclude with the third sentence, please do help me, because he or she is very intimate, very close to you. You still need him or her. Expressing your anger in this way is extremely wise. You do not have to hide your anger. You have to let the other person know that you are angry and that you suffer. This is very important. Punishing the other person is self-punishment. That is true in every circumstance. If I have a cruel thought or if my words carry hatred in them, then those thoughts and words will be reborn again. It will be difficult to catch them and put them back. They are like runaway horses. In the beginning, you told each other, I cannot live without you. My happiness depends on you. You made declarations like that. But when you are angry, you say the opposite. I don't need you. Don't come near me. Don't touch me. You prefer to go into your room and lock the door. You try your best to demonstrate that you don't need the other person. This is a very human, ordinary tendency, but it is not wisdom. To say, darling, I love you is good. It is important. It is natural that we share our joy and good feelings with our beloved one. But you also have to let the other person know when you suffer and you are angry with him or her. You have to express what you feel. You have the right. This is true love. Darling, I'm angry at you. I suffer. Try your best to say it peacefully. There may be some sadness in your voice. That's fine. Just don't say something to punish or to blame. Darling, I'm angry. I suffer. And I need you to know it. This is the language of love because you have vowed to support each other as a partner, a wife, a husband. If you are capable of writing or saying these 3 sentences, you are capable of true love. You are using the authentic language of love. Darling, I suffer and I want you to know it. Darling, I am doing my best. I am trying not to blame anyone else, including you, since we are so close to each other, since we have made commitments to each other. I feel I need your support and your help to get out of this situation.